Alors, c'est bon, j'ai remis ma cam, hein, parce que j'ai remarqué quand même que sur Periscope, sur ma cam, c'est... J'ai quand même remarqué que j'avais quand même vraiment qui me regardait, hein. Bon, sur mes trois autres chaînes, voilà, c'est pas... Mais sur Periscope quand même... Alors, draugen, c'est un jeu... Alors que je connais pas, je sais pas. C'est un jeu comme j'aime bien, un jeu un petit peu d'enquête, d'énigmes. Ce que j'espère juste, c'est que... Ce que j'espère juste, c'est que les énigmes, si au bout d'un moment tu n'y arrives pas, qu'il y a un petit moment pour zapper énigme. J'espère. J'espère. Normalement, tous les soirs, vous êtes habitué à me voir jouer à Fortnite. Mais là, bon. Changer un peu l'habitude. Pour une fois, hein. C'est pas parce que je vais pas y jouer que ça va être un drame. Une petite pause de temps en temps, ça fait pas de mal. Puis comme on dit, trop de Fortnite, petite Fortnite. Hein.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Hardin, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you. So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, what did you call this village? Gravewick? Groovewick? Greywoke? It's an odd language. I don't much care for it. Perhaps Betty found herself a burly Viking warrior and went native. Put horns on her hat, drinks mead out of a chalice, eats...
She's there.
How can you know for sure?
She's my sister.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing, or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear? Edward? We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase her down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate, like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack. It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people do.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
I believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Where are you going? Last one's a skunk's tail. Ready? Steady.
Be careful. The ground's muddy. You could slip and fall.
See you in 2 shakes.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Troubled to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. I hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains? Also sprach Zarathustra.
Teddy, are you coming? I'm almost there.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear. Where are you, Lissy?
I'm up at the farm.
Une ours.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up. Storm's getting closer.
Alors comment dire, le jeu fait 1 giga, il fait même pas 2 giga. Alors, généralement on dit toujours que les jeux qui font moins de gigas sont mieux que les jeux qui font 20 ou 30 ou plus de gigas quoi. C'est souvent ce qu'on dit et c'est pas faux. Hein. C'est souvent ce qu'on dit et c'est pas faux.
Where are you?
Une ours.
carrying a suitcase.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone? This is...
Perhaps everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bee.
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
I'm a guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek. Well, I didn't want to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor. This is the kitchen. Hello? Anyone there?
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust. Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them? It's on the tip of my tongue.
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy, old boy. Women can vote. I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you. Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a stick
They're
up his...
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann! I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously. Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? It must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you. Wait, is that... Are they... Who's... They're all twins. All of them.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward. Two of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
May 26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year. Dear Mrs. Fretland, I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health.
Mais non.
I wrote to inform them about when I'd be arriving. So where are they?
Do they even have calendars? Maybe they don't know what day it is.
Despite appearances, we haven't gone back in time. They have calendars. I asked about Elizabeth.
And they hadn't seen her?
Anna... Mrs. Fretland promised she'd write if she heard anything. There wouldn't be many female reporters from New York and Western Norway.
Why would she come here in the first place?
Betty always has her reasons. Home feels very far away.
Are we feeling melancholy again?
I've never been this far from Hanover.
It's about time we got you out of that dreary old house, Teddy Bear.
J'aime bien le nounours.
The thought of boarding that infernal ocean liner again.
I quite enjoyed it. So much room for exploration and mischief.
So many opportunities for seasickness and claustrophobia.
Don't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sure your tummy will be better behaved on the return voyage. And you'll be craving enclosed spaces after a week in this wide-open wilderness. Where do you think they've gone?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands, the Hansons, the Jensens, all of them.
I'm sure they'll be back soon.
It's like a dead land. As though its soul...
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Aalesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward, dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English isn't
I was
as...
only joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill. What are you looking at there?
A book.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
The cover's charred. Christmas 1922. To Ruth, from Simon. Why would someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddylanders?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
Did you hear something?
No.
Must be the wind under the door. Or the churning sea. Or the interminable rain. Or flesh-eating ghouls waiting to pounce.
Alice, honestly.
You're the one who reads Poe to me. Don't blame me for having an active imagination.
There's the Stave Church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there. Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
That must have put a damper on their relationship.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19. Operations were suspended after the accident. Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry. Betty.
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty. That's...
Scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It just
She bought
looks
it in
like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever.
Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's not...
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself. Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yes. Fine. I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretlin...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
I'm just going to...
Shh.
Elizabeth? Is that you? Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Lissy? Where are you? Lissy? Hello? Hey, who's there? Betty? Elizabeth? Wait! Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty. Are you here, Lissy? Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy? I'm not alone. Betty? I can hear you! Alice! Who goes there? Wait! Someone there? Hello? Betty, is that you? Are you there, Betty? Shit. Elizabeth, are you there?
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lissy! Where did you go? Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but... Did you see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty... It was Betty, It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark, towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone?
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. Then tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself. And then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
Come outside. It's a beautiful day.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
What?
It looked like Betty. I was so sure. She wouldn't have run away. It makes no sense. Perhaps it was no one. Just the night playing tricks.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Il est même que maintenant. Voyons.
Up here, Teddy. Hey, eyes up. It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
C'est ce qu'il me dit, vieux schnock. Il dit bien des choses, vieux schnock.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. No one home?
Hello? Who's there? Hello? Anyone home?
Ça me fait penser à un jeu qui était sur PS4. Il y avait personne, il n'y avait pas un bruit, il n'y avait rien. C'était
September 21st, 1923.
c'était un jeu, en fait, le seul truc que tu faisais avec ton personnage, c'est hey oh.
Found something here. Escalated from words to stone.
Il n'y avait pas beaucoup de trucs à faire, hein. C'est juste hey
Blood has
oh.
been spilled. The curse haunts us all.
Moi ça me faisait marrer parce que ça me faisait marrer moi parce que le fait de faire hey oh.
Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lizzie. The letter just trails off. It was never sent. Trails off. It was never sent. Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, Teddy Bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing high. 3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was...
Where are you going? Edward, I'm talking to you. Teddy, where are you going?
As I was saying... And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
I saw some sheds down by the water. There's the general store. The church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Et en fait, dans le jeu que je parle, c'était un jeu, je sais plus le nom, c'était sur PS3, je crois. Et le seul truc qu'on pouvait, faire avec le personnage, c'est hey, oh. Et il y avait personne, quoi. Il n'y avait pas un chat. Il n'y avait pas d'ennemis, il y avait un...
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But,
Why would they board up a church?
to keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissy,
What does that say?
God is not here.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Mais ce qui me faisait mal avec le jeu sur PS3, c'est que quand on avançait, on n'avait rien, on n'avait pas de... Enfin, il y avait pas de... Il y avait pas de... Il y avait rien, quoi, c'était... Hey, oh. C'était hallucinant parce que la seule arme qu'on pouvait faire, c'est ça, enfin la seule arme qu'on avait, enfin le seul truc qu'on pouvait faire, c'est ça, c'est crier. Il y avait rien, il y avait... On avançait, il y avait rien, quoi, il y avait pas d'ennemis, il y avait rien, comme là. C'était comme si on était dans un monde, dans un monde désertique, quoi. Et rien du tout, quoi. Pas de bruit, pas de... rien du tout. Attends, je suis pas au bon endroit. Ça m'avait fait marrer parce que je me dis, bah non. Ça m'avait fait marrer parce que je me suis dit, bah non. Y a pas un bruit, y a rien. Y a même pas un ennemi, y a que dalle. On avance, on sait même pas ce qu'il faut faire.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And how would I survive?
Hunt? Harvest? Forage? People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but... The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or dragons, I guess.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
They must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather is bad...
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
Yeah, all right. I get
This
it.
village is basically you, Teddy.
I said, all right. The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat.
Ah, salut,
If it
Sissi.
comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
Do what with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
Je joue à un jeu où il y a personne. C'est le désert complet. Il n'y a pas un qui vit, il n'y a rien du tout. C'est le désert de chez désert.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's
À
knot?
part, à part la fille qui me suit,
I'm
mais
a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat?
ça va, ça va.
I believe the tide took our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? I mean, you thought it was Betty, but
No, I don't know. It was probably all in my head. Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
how so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of
Il y a,
Manhattan.
au moins l'avantage qu'il y a, c'est que,
Back in Hanover,
au moins l'avantage qu'il y a, c'est qu'au niveau acteur, ils ont pas dû avoir,
Are you alright?
ils ont pas dû avoir beaucoup d'acteurs. C'est l'avantage.
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all
Parce qu'il faut les payer les acteurs. Hein.
maybe there was a
Ah, à mon
spell
avis,
or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly,
Là, à mon avis, financièrement, ils ont pas dû payer grand chose. Hein.
The invisible ones. But then we would see them.
C'est
wouldn't
ça qui est bien.
we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
Du moment que tu payes pas l'acteur, après, du moment que t'as de moins en moins. Bah, enfin voilà
Try
quoi.
to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
Non, quand même, non. Sherlock, t'avais quand même eu. Non, 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 quand même pas. Sherlock, t'avais quand même du monde. Sherlock. Là, t'as personne, t'as rien. À part la fille qui me suit, hein, mais voilà. T'avais du monde au moins dans Sherlock. Et là, y a rien. Y a rien du tout là. Tu vois, tu vois d'ailleurs, c'est la première fois que je vois son visage, que je vois le visage du mec là. Je pensais pas qu'on le verrait un jour. Non, Sherlock, t'as quand même du monde. Tu rencontres du monde, Sherlock. Tu fais des enquêtes policières, des enquêtes criminelles, t'enquêtes sur des meurtres, tout ça. T'enquêtes sur... Enfin, t'as une enquête au moins. Tu vois du monde. Là, tu vois qui? Rien. Donc, si, quand même. Non, quand même pas. Non, Non. Oui, t'as quand même plus de monde, quand même. C'est pas... L'action se passe à Londres, quand même. Donc, voilà. Oula. D'accord. Ok. Gravik. Là, c'est vrai quand même que là, il y a personne, quoi. Il y a pas... Il y a pas un... Il y a personne, quoi. Donc... Là, limite, tu te demandes si... Tu te demandes s'ils sont pas tous morts ou si... justement. Tu te demandes s'ils sont pas tous morts, tu te demandes s'il y a pas quelque chose qui se passe...
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
not without Betty. Besides, the wood's rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy.
Mais dans le comment dire ça.
It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Bah, le principe c'est quoi? Bah, si je le savais, bah, je pense que le principe, il recherche une fille dans le jeu. Il recherche une fille. Alors je sais pas si c'est sa fille, je sais pas si c'est sa sœur, je sais pas. Il recherche une fille quoi. Donc
What's this?
Remnants of the
je
mining
sais pas.
operation.
What, mine?
There was a mine,
Je sais pas.
but it
En tous les cas, il recherche quelqu'un en tous les cas. C'est sûr. Mais à quoi?
I was just checking for a sense of humor.
Elle là, je sais même pas qui c'est.
Nowhere
Elle est où
to be
d'ailleurs?
found.
Elle est où? Elle est où? Ah, pas la main, mais elle est où? Elle est où? Là-bas. À part faire le pitre, tout ce qu'elle fait. Je vois pas. Enfin, je sais pas.
What did they use this for?
bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore,
Or what?
rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. understand why they just
À part me traiter de vieux, vieux nounours,
Rustic superstition.
depuis tout à l'heure, elle arrête pas de me traiter de vieux nounours, mais à part me traiter de vieux nounours et de faire le pitre, elle fait pas grand chose.
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost
D'ailleurs, je sais même pas ce qu'elle fout là, d'ailleurs.
This is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Alors j'imagine qu'on saura sûrement ce qui se passe à la fin. Généralement les jeux qui font... généralement les jeux, parce que celui-là il fait 1 giga. Généralement les jeux qui fait 1 giga, qui sont petits comme ça en taille. Généralement ça... J'avais joué à un jeu par exemple, je sais plus le nom. Pareil, il faisait pas beaucoup de place, il prenait très peu de place. C'était un jeu qu'ils avaient mis dans le Game Pass, je crois. Et comment dire, comment dire ça, c'était un jeu que j'avais mis dans le Game Pass et en fait à la fin du jeu, quand tu finis ces jeux, tu comprenais que
What's on the other side?
The sign says no trespassing for a
et en fait tu comprenais en jouant au jeu à la fin du jeu que le gamin que tu as incarné dans le, bah, que tu t'avançais avec le gamin, il était mort.
Don't you want to see where these tracks
Mais ça tu le comprenais, mais ça tu le comprends à la fin.
this side of the fence.
Parce qu'en fait il est mort dans un,
Trespassing for a reason.
il est mort parce que il a chaviré en bateau.
Poor teddy bear.
Et en fait du début du jeu jusqu'à la fin,
I'll wager
en fait tu joues avec, en fait je crois que c'est son père, son père le croit toujours vivant, il croit qu'il est vivant, et en fait compte à la fin du jeu tu t'aperçois bah, qu'il est mort quoi.
What now?
Et en fait bah, voilà, et en fait à la fin du jeu tu comprends que le gamin que tu avec lequel t'incarnes depuis le début est mort.
An important clue.
Voilà.
How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
Mais ça tu le comprends qu'à la fin.
Deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
C'est ça qui est bien avec ce jeu là, c'est qu'ils prennent pas beaucoup de place. Ils prennent pas beaucoup de place sur le disque dur, mais l'histoire des fois elle est un peu bizarre, l'histoire. Même des fois elle est... Enfin voilà. Et tu te dis mais attends c'est... Enfin bref, voilà. Donc là j'imagine que c'est pareil, tu vois, la fille elle me suit. Je sais pas qui c'est, mais peut-être que je serai à la fin. Voilà. Peut-être que je serai ça à la fin du jeu, peut-être qu'on saura pourquoi elle me suit et qui elle est quoi.
What if everyone turned into a pebble?
Je dis ça, j'en sais rien, hein, je fais des suppositions là, je sais pas. Hein. J'ai fait des suppositions. Mais si ça se trouve, à la fin on saura tout. Voilà. Et c'est souvent comme ça de toute façon, tu sais toujours tout mais qu'à la fin. Donc voilà. Bon par exemple, tu vois sur la carte là, le truc noir, bon bah c'est moi. Hein, c'est moi. Donc là ça montre les différents endroits que j'ai fait. Là a priori il monte le pont. Là je peux pas y aller. Puis là t'as pas de comment on appelle ça, t'as pas d'objectif, bah si, t'as un objectif, c'est de savoir c'est de retrouver la fille que tu recherches justement, savoir où elle est quoi. Ah, tu vois un peu le truc quoi. Voilà. Bah oui. Ah oui, c'est grand, oui, c'est pas. Ah oui, c'est grand, oui. Bah, en même temps, il fait que 2 gigas le jeu, donc c'est normal qu'il soit grand. C'est normal qu'il soit. Il fait que 2 gigas, donc voilà. Donc voilà. Donc là, bah. Là, apparemment, c'est pas trop un truc d'énigme. C'est pas trop un truc d'énigme à la Sherlock ou à la. C'est pas un truc c'est pas un truc d'énigme, on va dire à la Sherlock ou à la Hercule Poirot, parce que j'ai diffusé sur les deux jeux, donc voilà. On va dire que c'est plus un jeu où tu cherches. Voilà. C'est un jeu où tu cherches à retrouver la fille là.
Where are you, Lissy?
Down in the village.
Donc voilà. Voilà. Voilà, voilà. Voilà, voilà. Non, mais de toute façon, il n'y a pas de.
Lissy!
I'm down in the village.
J'aime bien chercher comme ça, j'aime bien. Quand il n'y a pas d'énigme, ça va. Mais quand il commence à avoir de l'énigme, j'aime un peu moins. Surtout quand les énigmes, je peux pas les passer. J'aime pas trop ça, quoi. J'aime pas trop ça.
The weather's favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
He promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me. But I told him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Donc, voilà.
L-homme. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad. Niels
Apparemment, c'est un jeu norvégien.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
the younger brother who was mentioned in the article. The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here.
And you think it has something
Ouais,
to do with
Elisabeth.
this mine?
Or with what it did to the village. Maybe.
Tu vois, Elisabeth, c'est elle
He was
qui
just
recherche.
19.
How long have you been working on
Donc il doit avoir un rapport avec une certaine Elisabeth.
the rock?
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
Il doit certainement avoir un rapport avec cette Elisabeth. Et donc, bah, faut que je trouve le rapport qu'il y a. Faut que je trouve le rapport qu'il y a avec cette Elisabeth. Et surtout comprendre pourquoi que je ne peux pas aller là-haut. J'ai fait ça, oui. C'est tout. Ouais, bon, c'est bon. Bah, vu les noms à rallonge qu'il y a, vu les noms à rallonge du réalisateur et tout ça, je te confirme, c'est norvégien. Je préfère même pas te dire les noms à rallonge qu'il y a. Si c'est des ouais, avec des... Les noms, c'est York ou York ou Bjork. C'est des trucs à rallonge, quoi. Donc, bah, apparemment, c'est norvégien parce que t'as le drapeau norvégien, donc c'est... Ça ne peut être que norvégien.
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat.
Betty maintenant.
She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm not
I know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
Sa sœur.
What about the
Ouais.
breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
À plus tard. Merci d'être passé. Mais par contre, c'est payant. Hein. Je l'ai payé le jeu. Hein, par contre. Hein. Je l'ai payé le jeu. Ce jeu ne fait pas partie du Game Pass. Hein. Je préfère le dire.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Now, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Tu sais ce qu'il dit, Colonours?
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Tu sais ce qu'il dit, Colonours?
World traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Damnation. The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
Alright, okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O-S.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik. What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key. Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge. Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way. Why else keep a list of undesirables?
It's been cut. Why?
To remove someone from the picture.
That's just rude.
It's from the opening of the mine in 1897. That's Frederick, Johann's brother.
And the boy could be the younger brother who died.
Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother. Casa.
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. The vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is. It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not sure
Betty
that's...
was here, and not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Mais non. Oh, c'est pas un truc d'horreur, hein. C'est pas un truc d'horreur. C'est pas...
The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't... Whoops-a-daisy. What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl.
Oui, pas moche. Et il fait 1 giga.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say
1 giga, c'est...
You'd
C'est 1
think
giga,
the
quoi.
family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
Alors je le répète, hein, c'est pas un jeu du Game Pass, hein. C'est...
Teddy, where are you going?
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important. Where are you going? Teddy, where... Where are you going?
Ah, où je vais?
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless. Where are you going?
Ouais, plus, je vais essayer de passer.
It's a long fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Harden.
What?
Where are you going?
Où je vais?
are you going?
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important. Where are you going? Teddy, where are you going?
Bah oui, mais... Mais il y a quelque chose, mais tu veux pas...
Where are you going?
Bah oui, mais...
Teddy, where are you going? What are you doing?
Bah oui, mais qu'est-ce que je fais? Bah, mais il y a rien d'autre, là. Il y a un truc là, mais il veut pas...
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock.
Bah oui, mais...
There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
Bah oui, quelque chose tombe sur le buisson. Mais là, mais...
I've seen all there is to see. I'm going back.
You can't leave. We might have missed something important.
Bah oui, mais... il veut pas...
Where are you going?
Bah oui, mais il veut pas... Il y a un truc là, mais il veut pas...
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
Bah oui, mais... Hein? Si? Should be able to move rock no. Hein? Quoi? Si? Oula, attends, moi en anglais... Bah oui, mais t'es passé à la roche, tu fais comment? Ah oui, mais tu fais comment pour dépasser la roche? Bah oui, mais tu fais comment? Bah oui. Bah oui, mais moi j'ai bien dépassé la roche, tu fais comment? Oui, je suis bien.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
Mais tu fais comment pour l'épaisseur, Roche?
I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Ah bah non quand même.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong on a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Attends, je vais allumer la lumière. Parce que... Ouais. Je vais boire un petit coup et allumer la lumière. Je reviens. Me revoilà.
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
If I had to go, this would be the way to do it. Soaring through the air like a bird.
And landing like a rock. If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there. Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy?
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily connected.
Oh, come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself? Sorry. Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran,
No.
and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the guilt. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
I can't reach that far. I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse. Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened? Penny for your thoughts?
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Ouais, comme j'aime pas lire. Comme j'aime pas lire.
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up, Edward. I mean, we just got here. It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
It's just the thought of her alone out there. In the dark.
She's a tough cookie. Your Betty. Tougher than you, teddy bear.
That she is. I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann. Or Anna. If they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
It's the same photograph we saw in the store.
Except this one's whole.
So the brother who owns the store
Frederick.
was angry with Johann before Ruth. Because
Because of the mine. It all comes back to the mine.
The mine must have been a big deal for Greywood.
Grovik. An opportunity to do more than live hand to mouth.
What a blow it must have been to lose it all.
Johann and Frederick Fretland. Thick as thieves, before things took a turn.
Don't you always say that much of our pain is self-chosen?
I wonder about that. These headlines make more sense now. Johann sells his share, and the cave-in occurs shortly thereafter, killing 3 people.
Including the younger brother.
The investor pulls out, leaving Frederick with the bills.
Oh, I feel awful for everyone. Losing a brother, losing the business.
There were no happy endings here.
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in. What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you when you're asleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
Elle est bizarre cette fille. Elle est louche cette fille. Je suis sûr qu'il y a un truc pas net. Pas pourquoi, je suis sûr qu'il y a un truc pas net. Elle est bizarre cette fille. Elle est bizarre. Elle est louche cette fille. Elle est louche. Qu'est-ce qu'elle fout là dans le... Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait avec lui? Et c'est bizarre. Je sais pas pourquoi je la sens pas. Je sais pas, je la sens pas. Je serais incapable de dire pourquoi, mais c'est bizarre, je la sens pas. C'est bizarre, je la sens pas.
I will find you again.
Je sais pas, elle a quelque chose de... C'est ouf.
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm upstairs. Teddy? Is that you?
Where are you, Lissy?
In the bedroom.
This is her room.
Hmm?
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then... nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever. Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic. I'll help you look. There's still no sign of the Fretlands.
Maybe they left town after Ruth died.
What's the point of this? I should be looking for Betty.
I hate you sometimes.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories. This looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester. But instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed, and the revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice. Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you... That's enough of that. It's nonsense, of course. Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there, on the fjord, waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
Your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you. Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward? She wasn't Monet, she was 8. Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
For Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's creepy. It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew... It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out. What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from. Her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a grave site. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things. This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle, Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
The cave. Or the...
Mine. It could be. But what did she find?
Her Viking treasure. Of course. That must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear. There's a story here. The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic events.
This is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe... Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble. I need to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We should be careful.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about...
Eu já quis.
These fresh graves.
No one's touched these since yesterday. Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
Who did this?
Someone had lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he is. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes, the brook that runs
That's
through...
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards? See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Hello? I heard the bell!
Well, this is giving me
I'm here to help!
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
comes in Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister, Elizabeth.
Stop shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts. What's this rope for?
The bell.
What's this? Teddy, look. Edward.
That bell still bothers me. Lizzie, look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
Breadcrumbs. She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a labyrinth.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill. What happened here?
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't heathens, like you.
What a terrible mess.
First the store, then this. What was wrong with these people?
They were angry and afraid. They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it. This was an act of desperation and anger.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times, for he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Old English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes. Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And, Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead...
Her name would be in the book.
Vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look. How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me. I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are. found another one. You get it. It's right here. You found another one? Don't forget about this page. What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language. He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, and move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Tilly Varandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune. What are you doing? We're in a church.
I thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Two for two. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. Betty's out there.
Of horse feathers. Stop being so gosh darn tedious, Edward. Bitty, bitty, bitty. Will you ever shut up about your precious Bitty? Put those pages back in the book, and I'll stop trying to cheer you up.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the third Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now, this is interesting.
Simon's dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mort?
Murder.
Who killed him? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know.
Teddy.
I need to see the grave for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me! Edward!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you. Where is it? I don't see it. They all look the same. This one, it's unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's not her.
Oh, Edward. What have you done?
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire life chasing her. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
Lizzie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Je savais bien qu'il y avait un truc bizarre avec elle. Je me doutais qu'il y avait un truc bizarre. Je me doutais qu'il y avait un truc pas net. Je sais pas, je m'en doutais.
I was afraid you left me. Now listen to me. No!
Je sais pas, je m'en doutais. Je m'en doutais qu'il y avait une couille, qu'il y avait qui. Je sais pas pourquoi, je m'en doutais.
Listen.
Je m'en doutais.
Hey. Lizzie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable. What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please, listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No! Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please, don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed.
Okay.
They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child. We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, Never. I never forget.
Je m'en doutais qu'il y avait une couille pareille. Je m'en doutais qu'il y avait un truc comme ça. Je m'en doutais. Je m'en doutais qu'il y avait un truc louche comme ça, bizarre. Je sais pas, il y avait quelque chose en moi qui me disait, bizarre, ça se finit, enfin ça se finit, c'est bizarre. C'est bizarre, c'est...
Wake up, Edward.
C'est bizarre.
Stop hiding. Without us, you are nothing. You cannot hide from us.
Lucy,
Alice is not here.
bring her back. Please. I need her to...
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
That's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you. Lissy. Oh. Lissy? Please. Listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, Lissy? Lissy? Alice. Hear me out. Don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. That's freaky.
I gave you this jacket. Betty. You were here. Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. Alice, be reasonable. I'm trying to talk to you. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which means
Jesus Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday. She
Betty,
must have...
Betty.
Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
It will never be the same.
Je crois qu'il y a... Je sais pas pourquoi je sais pas pourquoi, mais...
She does not want you.
Who are you talking to?
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like Mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like Father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
But not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Lissy. Come back. Please. Don't leave me. I lied. I don't want you to leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. Please, Lissy. I need you. I can't do this on my own. I'm not whole without you. Please. Please. Lissy!
Je m'en doutais que c'était un truc bizarre comme ça. Pas pourquoi, je m'en doutais. Je sais pas, mais je me doutais que c'est, je sais pas, c'est bizarre.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
Je sais pas pourquoi, je sais pas, hein, mais
Are you upstairs?
ça se trouve, ce que je suis en train de faire, ça se trouve, ça se trouve, ce que je suis en train de faire, c'est, je suis dans le bateau, ça se trouve, je sais pas pourquoi, je suis sûr, je suis sûr, certain même.
Betty, I'm coming. Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door! I'm coming in! Stand away from the door! Betty? No! No, 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 no! Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty. But who? Anna. It's from Johann, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? He was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I have kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then... You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor. It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... A signpost. A breadcrumb.
Bon, bah je sais pas si, mais moi je vais...
You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine.
Bon, en tous les cas, moi, je vais manger, en tous les cas. Hop. J'ai bien mangé. J'en pense un peu de terre. Hop. Je vais manger.